Day 87. Hello, YouTube. Happy Wednesday. Third Monday of the week. uh, let's see. This morning was uneventful, I guess. Or I learned something new today. Turns out you're actually supposed to use gloves when drilling. Yeah, I was asked to drill more holes yet again. Like, it was just, we're basically like 90% done with just the last, or more than, actually, no, yeah, like 90%, and it's just the last 10% dragging on. But I drilled like 3 or so holes before the guy from RSM, I guess the sub department, EHS, Environmental Health and Safety. He was like, wait, stop. No. The safety guys are getting on my ass, so I have to get on your ass. You're supposed to wear PPE. Where's your safety hat, for like, when the drill mysteriously flies up into the air and lands on your head? Where's your, safety vest, so that you can announce to everyone that you're drilling? It's all bullshit, but it turns out that you're supposed to wear gloves, which I mistakenly I thought like, wow, like the safety guy's full of shit, because I went back to get a safety hat and safety vest, and I started drilling, and then he was like, oh, you're just missing one more thing, and he vaguely put his hands up like he was like, casting a spell, and he put them like remotely or somewhere close to his face, and I was like, shit, I don't have a respirator. And then I guess, I gave him like just the blank stare, and maybe he thought like I didn't speak English because I didn't like say anything. So it was like, oh, you need gloves. And I was like, what? And then I asked one of my senior coworkers, and he was like, oh yeah, you technically are. And I was like, oh, huh. So I guess, because my logic is spinning parts, right? You ever twirl a fork with spaghetti? That's what's gonna happen. if you like fucking get your hands like near it. But like, I guess everywhere that I've been taught that like, oh, don't use gloves around spinning parts. It's like the drill press, mills, lathes, that kind of stuff. And obviously, yeah, you're not supposed to use gloves with those because those can like catch. And then you can not only like just like best case scenario, you break a couple bones in your hand from it like being wrapped around like spaghetti. But you can. One of my former classmates sent like, we were in a group project, and we were working with lathes, and he sent a Reddit video of a live leak video of someone literally getting turned into spaghetti. So like, pretty horrifying. I guess there's like a part of my generation grew up with that kind of stuff, like live leak videos, is because I see like a bunch of internet comments, like Instagram, so on and so forth, about how like, yeah, that's sort of like was a key part of their childhood, and I'm like, okay, you guys good? So yeah, I guess where around stuff like the drill press, where say like you're holding the part, or mills and lathes, don't wear gloves. But I guess, yeah, you are supposed to use gloves when holding a drill. Like, the reason I was so like, what's the word, doubtful of the safety guy at first was because the reason he provided was, oh, so you don't burn your hands when contact with the drill, when touching the drill bit. Or he didn't say touching the drill bit, but he like motioned, like pantomimed the drill, and then like put his other hand, like waved his other hand at the end. And it's like, yeah, sure, like I'm gonna touch the drill bit like every like every 10 seconds or so, pull the like spit, like so that's, yeah. And then let's see, I had lunch, instant noodles. And at 2 p.m. there was a facilities management or FM facility management meeting with the general contractor. To be honest, I kind of like tuned out halfway through, just was on my phone. Oops. Yeah, stuff, just action items and stuff, and like how we're going to hand over like the closeout documentation, the reports, like, oh, we tested like the humidity, the impedance of the epoxy, which is supposed to be ESD resistant, electrostatic discharge for those of you new or who haven't watched my previous videos. But yeah, that kind of stuff, because the client or the customer F1 is like also demanding those reports, and they've been like getting on our asses about it since we were technically supposed to like provide them the information like yesterday, or no, they wanted it yesterday basically. So like the deadline was like a week ago, and it kept getting pushed back and back and back, and now here we are. Yeah, it was originally like supposed to be the 14th, and it only feels like yesterday was like the 7th when I was like, oh, I have a week to do it, I'll prepare. And then the fire marshal scare happened, and I lost Thursday and Friday, and then the next thing you know, it was next week. And at that point, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just step back, let the pressure cooker build up pressure basically, and then here we are. So yeah, and then the later half of the last part of my shift was spent just hooking up wires to like plugs, or yeah, for like part of the phase 1 power up. They're doing like a power upgrade, like upgrading the system from 108 volts to 208, or yeah, I believe so. Oh yeah, for dinner last night I had the sesame udon noodles. That was pretty good, although it feels like I get hungry like quick afterwards. I also had like 1 medium boiled egg and 1 soft boiled. It was kind of uneven because I dropped them in too hard and they cracked, and so that yeah, they were like spewing egg whites for like a minute after they dropped. I guess I gotta use up the leftover or the remaining Irish stew, but I'm thinking like, because if I use cornbread, then that's his sodium out the wazoo, unless I go to like Kroger maybe to buy bananas to like balance out the sodium. I don't know. Yeah, I should like finish that up before like planning other things, like, oh, you know, like the canned chicken sausage gumbo with red beans. I also got was originally a $3 packet of shredded cheese, was $1 at Randall's, I think, last week. So, or like, yeah, last weekend. And so I got that. And so, yeah, I'm basically like making chili at this point. So, yeah, I guess cause like, I don't know, rice and the Irish stew feels kind of boring. I guess depends on how creative I'm feeling, I guess. Not really sure. Well, that's about it. This week is almost, well, it's over. We're over halfway done with this week. Friday's gonna be interesting because, or one of our newest team members, which is actually like my coworker's son. He joined the team as a technician. I forget when, but it was like a few weeks back. And oh yeah, his son was born today, and so he took like a week leave, so he'll be back on like Tuesday or Wednesday next week. And then another one of my coworkers, the mechanical guy, he'll be gone Friday and Monday for vacation. So it'll be interesting. Friday and Monday, how I'll be able. We'll see if I can hold down the fort. I guess hopefully, fingers crossed. Knock on wood. Nothing. Yeah, nothing exciting happens because who. Because I know the electrical guy will be here for like the first half of the day, but then the second half I'm sort of on my own. And then like the big boss, the director, he's like probably off like doing meetings and stuff, high level stuff, director business. Yeah, he has his own business to deal with, I guess. Yeah, hopefully it's praying for a boring Friday. Well, that's about it. I'll see you tomorrow. Sincerely, Eric.